out here flirting. I ain't even gonna hold you, sis. You see, I had to get off the screen a couple times because I was like,
Girl, look. That's what happens when my man let me have open relationships. I can talk to anybody I want to.
There you
I can
go,
crack a joke.
baby.
Okay, I can crack a joke and all of that. But actually, I think he's getting to a point where he like, look, we're gonna close down this open relationship because you be on the internet having too much fun. I'm like, oh, okay. Sorry.
Listen, they
Sorry.
won't. They like it until they see that they're not the only ones having funs or whatever.
I
That's
still behave
another. That's another
sometimes.
topic. We need to. I'm gonna make a video about open relationships. That's what we need to do. That's gonna
Yeah,
be fun.
absolutely. Absolutely. But I tell you what, if my sweetie had not have mentioned having an open relationship, which I understand why, because we live in two different states. So, we know each other, we've met each other. It's not that type of lingo, y'all. But because I am here in Detroit now instead of over in Atlanta, I'm here and I'm healing from my accident. So sooner or later I'll be back in Atlanta and we're gonna continue doing our relationship thing. But he just don't like that I be talking so freely like I'm not with him. He be like, you be smiling and stuff with the men on your channel. And I'm like,
So
I can do that. It's an open relationship. I can do that. He like,
yeah, that's the
I haven't kissed
point. That's the
nobody. We're supposed
point.
to be
Like,
flirting. I'm
listen,
like,
the reality is it's still semi new, right? Like mine's still semi new. We're dating. We're like, that's my dude, that's my man. But we're still, I can still go ahead and, you know, do
I
what I
can
want.
still.
And he could still go ahead and do, because we're still getting to know each other. We're still getting to know each other. I ain't got no ring on my
Okay.
finger. You got a ring on your finger. I ain't got a ring on my finger
I don't
yet.
have a ring on my finger, sis. I ain't got a ring on
So
my finger. You know what I'm saying? I
yeah,
mean, the ring I got ain't a
and
wedding ring.
I
So,
think at this point in life, it's like I've done the whole, even like, look at this fool that I just was dealing with all of that stupidness, like locking yourself down for one person when, like, especially at this time, like, girl, you better date and date who you want to date until you figure out which one is the best option for you.
I agree. I agree. And don't get me wrong, I do enjoy the man that I am with. I don't
Yeah.
really go out on dates and stuff. I ain't sleeping with nobody else. So me and him ain't even sleeping together yet. So, you know, it's just a thing. It's a thing, or not our relationship, but it's just a thing of, because it's an open one, my mind allows me to behave like it's open, long as I'm not having sex with nobody, I'm not catching feelings for nobody, I'm not going to nobody's house, hanging out, sleeping out. So I'm not doing none of that.
Is
I'm
that an
on
open
here and I get to
relationship then?
smile and
I
flirt.
don't know if that's considered an open relationship.
Well, no, I'm just listen. It's
Because
an open relationship,
and
but
to
the way that
me,
I
that
operate,
sounds like, okay, let's make a video about that. Because we can continue this. I'm up. But like, it's that to me, that sounds like he winning and you losing. Because I'm not even saying, child, I'm not even saying be all willy-nilly in the streets for everybody, because that's just not who you are, who a woman
right?
like that should be. But like, to just say, okay, we're in an open relationship, he's dating like, yeah, you should date.
Thing
Options
is that
come
he
up.
ain't dating.
Who?
So I'm
You
saying
don't
he ain't
know.
dating.
No, you then what's the open
It
relationship
was
for?
open because he felt like I am the type of person that needs to be around somebody and talk and giggle and laugh and stuff like that. So he
so
was
he
like,
put that
babe,
so he
I
put so he put that on you.
yeah,
So it's
he
you.
said it was open for me just in case, because he didn't want to look up and then find out that I was cheating. So I'm like, I'm not even like that. But if you want to be open, he was like, yeah, because I mean that way. But then remember, I told y'all. Then his ex-wife popped in when she realized we were together, and she all of a sudden said she was pregnant. So I was halfway out the door. He didn't cheat on me. They were divorced. She claiming, she held on to the pregnancy the whole 9.5 months without him recognizing, because they were going through a divorce. So Nonetheless, the child is not his. But I was halfway out the door and he like, I just want you to be happy with being with me. So we'll have it open. If you find somebody else, you do, but hopefully you don't. And so when he realized I was actually behaving like a woman that was in an open relationship, that's when he started saying stuff like, man, you just be on here flirting around on the internet and laughing around with people and I ain't even seeing nobody. What's going on? So he's like, we gotta shut down this open stuff because you having too much fun. You act like you single. And I'm like, I thought this is what open nature's supposed to be. I ain't doing nothing
Yes,
else,
it
but
is. If you
I'm
want
just
it
smiling
open,
and flirting.
and that's the thing. If you want it open, it's gonna be open. If that's how I
It's gonna be
feel, if it's
open.
open, it's gonna be open. I'm going to New Orleans, and I don't know what the fuck gonna happen. I'm going to Vegas, and what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. You want opens. Opens is
Want
opens.
open? Here's open. So he ain't liking this open thing
They'll
as
either
much as he
they
wants.
you right,
So,
right. Okay, I was just curious,
but yeah,
child. I
we
was
gonna
like,
have these conversations, girl. We gonna have these
I was like, what?
conversations.
Open. I'm in an open relationship, and I can do shit. And I'm not
Mm.
gonna sit here and tell you that I ain't. I ain't
Oh,
gonna sit here and tell you that I ain't. I have what
nope.
that I haven't. I'm not gonna say that I'm but I ain't gonna sit here and tell you that I haven't. I'm in an open relationship. The fuck you talking about? if
Open
a, if a,
relationship.
what I say, if they want it, they gonna lock it down. If they want
Listen,
it,
I told him
like he said,
it's
he
a
saw you
great part that
giggling
we are
up
in an
and
open relationship because just in case I get cast for something and it'll just Elva is in the scene. Y'all gonna think we faking a love scene. I'm gonna be on that thing. Like,
mm-mm.
sorry, that man married, ain't he? Dang.
He is
Mm.
married. Leave that married man alone, child.
I'll try to leave that alone.
What are they talking about? Oh, they still. I don't. They. I gotta catch up to where they was. Um.
It's who sleep. Hey, Tutu Think. It's who sleep. Hey, Miss Mahogany. I'm looking at the comments now.
Okay. Yeah, I'm looking at the comments now. Um. Type of extreme people. I will get to the point. What? What you talking about, Jada?
Oh, because they said
That's
I
when
was
you was there.
taking shots.
We
I was
we did
just
take a shot.
saying.
We took a hard shot. But you know what? I thought that. I thought that when I heard the person. I thought that when I heard her.
Wait. I
Cut it
promise y'all,
out,
I was
Jada.
just saying.
Jada,
Listen,
cut that
Jovi,
whole shit
you
out,
know,
Jada. Jada,
Jovi, you
no.
know, if I want to take a shot, I will actually say people names. I ain't like other people that be
Jada,
like, I'm not gonna say their name. I will say
you
their
said,
name.
faking like they from the UK with a voice box. I love that roundabout shade though. That's that ladylike shade. It's cool. Don't say a name, but we know exactly. I said a name. Exactly what it was.
Oh my God. Listen. I'm gonna be so honest. I promise y'all. Listen. I was just thinking as an extreme because we were talking about white people faking like they were black. So I was just saying, right, because you can have somebody that is completely faking like they a woman, from UK instead of the US. They from the UK, using a voice box.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I promise y'all, if I was talking about Jessica X, I can say that. I'm blunt enough. I think I've been on here and said Cynthia G. I've been on here and said, any of the other women. You know what I'm saying? So, in your case, like you said, if she's even a woman, I don't know. But I do find it funny that whenever it's a certain type of YouTuber, content creator,
Mm-hmm.
she's quick to always make a video right after, knowing all sorts of deep thoughts. And I'm like, dang, Jessica be on it quick, don't she? I don't know. It's interesting. So you are single if you are not married, right? I
Yeah.
believe so. I believe so. But when
And
I'm in a relationship, I do like to be in a relationship like
I
I
like to be in a
could be.
relationship too. And
Yeah.
I am. We spend, it's great. It's great. But I ain't
We can
married yet.
tell by the headboards you be in front of sometimes.
Jada. Yup. I'll be banging my head on the head. No.
Girl, that headboard. I was like, who headboard is that?
That's
And then
not
you
my
came on with
bed.
another video. I was like, the nerve of her. Did she go home? Where's Jovi? Somebody tell me where Jovi at, because I must have missed the beginning of the video.
Living my
Because where was
life.
Jovi?
Living her best
Mm-hmm.
life. Ignoring.
And I ain't mad
And,
at you.
but that's just to show you still in open and everything and ignoring the dumbass who tried to hit me up this weekend.
Right.
Because again, I could have if I wanted to, and it wouldn't have been no smoke. Because
Okay.
but hell no.
I don't
If it
blame
ain't,
you.
like
I
I
don't
said, if
blame
it
you.
ain't for, I'm at that point in my life where I feel like if it's for the benefit of me, benefit of me, if it's not for the benefit of me, I don't want it. If you're confused, I don't want it. If you don't know what it is, I don't want it.
If you ain't
And I'm
giving me
gonna,
what it is that I desire more so than not,
I don't
I
want
don't
it.
want it.
You want to make, you want to, I can spend time with other people. You gonna choose to spend time with me? I'm not begging nobody for attention. I did that. Didn't I do that with the last one? Oh, you
You
want to come
did
see
that.
me? You don't want to,
You
I
tried
ain't
your
doing that.
you tried a good go.
I had tried
Yep,
a
you
good
did.
go, long time, and I'm not doing it. So it's like we chill, we good. Yes, we spend a lot of time together. Cool, because I could spend time with another nigga in a minute. If you don't
Yes,
want
indeed.
me, another nigga will.
Another few of those will. Okay.
A lot of them will.
Thank you.
No shade.
So
No.
nope.
Oh, I ain't fucking with you. No, just date. Like I tell y'all, date. Like, yes, we're in a relationship. Yes, we're, like I say, that's my man. We're together all the time. We do all this shit together. But, and however, if until it's open, he open too. He doing shit. And shit. I don't know what the shit is, but I ain't stupid enough to not think he ain't doing shit. If I'm doing shit, it ain't got to be everyday shit, but shit is being
And enjoying
happening,
yourself in the process.
and
Okay.
I'm enjoying myself. So what is the problem? Until it is
Okay.
established that shit ain't gonna be done, and it is there, and we've been together for a certain allotted time. I think like we put, especially in new relationships, I've done that. We've all done that. We get into it, it's nice, it's good, and then we dub everybody else. And now we stuck into this shit
Absolutely.
with this motherfucker for however long, and then break up and then start all over again. When if you dated a couple of people, you would see who works and who don't work.
Right. Who's the
I
best
told you
option for you?
exactly. When I met him, I was literally supposed to go on a date that same day with another guy who I told y'all the story, who wanted to take me
Yep.
to some weird ass restaurant. Both of them knew that about, it's not like I'm lying about any of this shit. They both of them
Mhm.
knew that, and I'm like, well, no, he's a better option. And I told him you are a better option. I was supposed to go out with this one, but you're a better option. And da da da. There's no need
Right.
for all of that. For what? For
Yep.
what? Nah,
I
I'm good.
said it's what this beach is better OG with it. We were talking about different stuff and I'm like, for me, when a man get to talking about I gotta it or at least leading up to the thought that I gotta put out for this dinner or put out for whatever it is that he doing for me, I'd
Mm-mm.
be like, do you know how many guys would do that without blinking an eye?
Without blinking an eye, and I ain't got to do nothing.
I ain't gotta
Absolutely
do nothing.
nothing. Please.
So I was bringing up a moment where I was with a guy and he was so surprised that when he tried to act like, ooh, I can't wait till we leave here. You gonna come to my place, right? And da da da. I was like, wait a minute now, I done told you. That ain't how I roll. And he was like, well, I'm just saying we really feeling each other. And I'm like,
Yeah.
listen. He was
Okay.
like, I done spent all this money on this dinner. And
He
I'm
said
like,
that.
all this money?
If a
Yeah,
man says that to
all
me,
this
that's
money.
that's it. That's the dub. He dubbed himself.
I'm like, look here. I'm like, honey, listen. I was like, I can get my way home. I'm up out of here. I was like, matter of fact, I'm not even gonna do that. I'm just gonna excuse myself from this table and have them give me another table because I can still afford more for me to eat. Okay, I'm out of
Hmm.
here.
Yeah, I'm not
I'm
doing
out of
it.
here. Don't try to hit me up like that. I think you thought you had one, and I don't know why. because I told you that ain't how I roll.
Yeah, it's like they want to like put us in a bad position, and we like again, they want to be out in these streets, but you be like, oh, we got to stay home. We
Right.
got to do this. We got to do that. Like, no. And I am very into family and, all of that. But like, at what point do we say, okay, well, let me date a couple of these motherfuckers, and just
Yep.
see like what the hell? You could knock out a bunch of ridiculousness if you did that. Like if I would have did that when I was going through my divorce and I first met Gemini, I wouldn't be in this fucking position. Because he'd have got knocked out a long goddamn time.
Right.
Instead
See?
of waiting till it go bad and then dating somebody else and then forgetting why he got knocked out in the first place and going back in there. It's like, no, just date. Everybody be honest. And then when it gets to the point where, okay, we're taking it further, we want to move in, we want to potentially get married, we want to, we start talking about that, then we can start talking about the monogamy of it all and this shit not being an
Right.
open relationship. But until we have that conversation, no, because you will be there sitting up, dedicated, loyal, hurt as shit, because this nigga's out here in these streets when half of the time these niggas don't even claim you.
Right.
Half of the time these girls be sitting up, like you said, you the whole open relationship, but that's your man. And he's sending you money and he doing all this shit. A lot of these girls being whole, they think they in whole relationships. A guy out there cheating, they in the house not doing nothing, and he don't do shit for them.
Ain't getting no benefit of
And
even being with them, but they happy to say they got somebody. Like, sis, you still single.
you ain't getting, and you get nothing out of it. Like you get nothing
Right.
out of it. Shit, at least I get a bunch of freaking dates because a nigga know that I'll
Yep.
be ready to go outside. Jada get mad attention because she be on here smiling at motherfuckers and he don't know what the hell to do.
I can't help
Like,
it.
what
I'm
am I?
smiling. And sometimes
Because they expected when you said that for the, because don't get me wrong, at first I was like, what? But then I'm like, you know what? And I think I thought about it. And I said, this is the extra shit I preach on the fucking channel. Damn right.
that's
Date
right.
until baby, it's turned up for Jovi in 2022. Okay. Y'all don't even know.
Oh,
Y'all
oh,
don't even know.
ain't nothing wrong with it, girl. Ain't nothing wrong with it. I had to turn the camera off because my robe kept flying open, and I was catching it too. And I had to keep my eyes on myself while I was looking the whole time. Like, oh, wait, let me make sure. Because when I
Yeah, we
started
get
laughing,
angry. No, I'm listening to you.
so
No,
oh,
Jada, I'm
she said
listening.
we get angry.
Yeah, because we put so much. And then, you aren't
Yeah,
even established or anything like from jump. That's what I said. Like, okay, we've been dating. We've been dating like 8 months now. It's a good 8 months. I ain't knocking at 8 months. This is like one of the
right.
best 8 months so far in a relationship I fucking had. You know what I'm saying? This shit is nice. I ain't mad at it. But again,
Mhm.
until we get to that point, like, what are we doing? If they
Listen,
want it sometimes don't make it too easy. Sometimes it's too
mm,
easy when you just all he got to do is take you out on a date, and now you all monogamous to him for the next 3 fucking years, no matter what he do. He
no
good.
matter what he do,
He ain't losing you because you ain't messing with nobody. You ain't this and you ain't that, and he ain't got, and he can't risk, and he know he ain't gonna lose you because he know you running behind him. He running behind every other bitch, but you running behind him. No, be running behind yourself. Do what you needed to do for you. Go out on a couple of dates with other motherfuckers. Now I'm not saying that I'm boinking at everybody or people that everybody I'm going out with, but I'm saying I have.
right?
I
I
have.
understand what you
You know
mean.
what I'm saying? I'm like,
You've done
you
it.
at what point do we say, okay, you have to choose you? The shit we've been doing ain't been working. It ain't work.
Mm,
Like you giving too much. Like we say that all the time, you giving too much. And then all of a sudden now you meet him, he take you out on 2 dates, two dates, you fuck, 3 dates, you in a whole fucking relationship. That nigga still in these streets.
right. Exactly.
You
That's what I
like
be
a
saying to some of the
dumbass.
women. Sometimes they be moving them in within like a month flat, and I'm
There you
like,
go. You moving him
What is you
in.
talking about? He ain't proved to you he should even be in your house. And then some of them be having kids, and it's like, why is he watching the kids while you at work? Where you work at? Why you got him around your kids and you don't even know him? Did you do a background check? Can we at least start there?
Some get to,
Like, come
yeah.
on, sisters, we
Date,
gotta do
get
better.
to know people. Make yourself wanted. Being a freaking, oh, I'm here for you whenever you feel, and that, you know what? And I think that was one of the a main, like, what the hell? Like, this weekend, right? I'm here enjoying my vibes with my boo. That's who I was with. I was with my boo. And this nigga,
Uh-huh.
and Gemini keep, because he just assuming and insinuating and thinking like he just like deserve me. Like, just nothing. Just like, what has he done to even think that? Like, that's
Right.
that's my thing. It was like, it was blowing my mind, because I'm like, what the fuck make him think? But again, why wouldn't he think? Because we spent the last 8 years on and off
That's right.
doing that dumb shit. Me
Yeah. And I
focused
remember I
on
told you that though. Remember,
his stupid
not like in
ass.
I told you so moment, but I was like, Jovi, I was like, you're busy trying to prove to him so much that you want this, but you still gotta talk to him and beg him for the stuff that you keep asking for over the years. Why?
Thank you. And I recognized that from the summer, but it really hit me like, this nigga is crazy as hell. And I really, because was fucking with this. This is what I was really doing. No, man, that shit is a loss. For what? There was months
Absolutely.
I
Hey,
spent
I'll give
alone,
you a
like,
laugh.
with him, but lonely. With this nigga, but lonely.
But still feeling lonely, not getting
And
what it
still
is that
feeling
you
lonely,
want, need, and desire
and
and
not dating
deserve.
nobody else, and not effing nobody else, and have to wait on his fucking time when I'm supposed to have sex, and have to wait on. Well, I ain't gotta do none of that shit now.
Right.
Like, on his time, because
While he's
again,
steady trying, every
when
time
you
you
put
seem
the
like you about to be a half a foot out the door, he trying to
there
act like
he
he trying
come,
to do the right thing.
there you go, there you go. But no, no, these are the lessons. Like I said, we have to learn. I'm not above, all the shit I talk. I'm not above learning from. That's what we do. We learn from our experiences. None of us are freaking perfect, right? But like, we have to. At
Right.
what point do we learn these lessons? At what point? I keep saying this is I want this type of life, but if you keep doing the same shit, you're gonna keep getting the same results.
And that's
So
true.
I'm trying some new shit, and I like it,
That's true.
and
But you
I'm
know what? Here's
fine.
and that's what you gotta do. You gotta change what you've been doing. And I know sometimes women are thinking like, well, I did change. I selected a different type of man with a job that's doing XYZ. Okay, he doing XYZ, but is he doing what it is that you desire for him to provide for you? He may be paying the bills, but is he giving you what it is that you need
Yes.
in your life?
Mm-hmm.
If that man is still making you feel sadder than you were when you got in the
What
relationship
is the
with him,
point? What's
right?
the point?
You
What's the
with the
point
man and you
of,
stressed out.
oh,
You got to
he
worry
got
about if he
this or
cheating.
he do that? What the fuck is the point? You stressed out. You about to freaking catch a stroke. I want to be
Right.
Jada Waiter. I want to be
Oh,
crying in a Porsche, my man. No,
all
that's
right.
not. That's not. Yeah, we know. I always talk about a man who has shit, but baby, I need more than just your man who having shit.
Right.
I don't want
And
to be
that's what I'm
crying
saying.
alone. And a motherfucker
Mm-mm.
trying to manipulate a situation because he know that you love them, and they know that they can get over on us, because when a
Case in
woman
point,
love.
like Cardi B married a guy and he getting over on her all the time, and she out here being embarrassed.
Yep.
We think sometimes we look at her like, she embarrasses herself by doing other stuff. But it's one thing when you kind of embarrassing yourself about one thing and your whole man is out here embarrassing you nonstop when it comes to your marriage.
Yep. She said I was married to a single man. So I ain't gonna give my ex-husband that. I ain't gonna do that to him. I was not married to a single man. I was married to a craziness. But I understand the sentiment, sis.
Wow. See?
But that's the truth. It's like you put, that's the, but it's the same. Mahogany, I'll pull your message back up in a minute. But it's the same sentiment. It's like we put all of that shit, but and what are you getting? What do we get out of it? They kill up our youth, right?
Girl.
Half of us is get miserable behind shit like that, right? Some shit happen.
Yep.
Half of us we damage it forever. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Forever.
no. Well, you can just like date. And again, you don't always have to have sex with everybody, but shit, I ain't saying I ain't gonna. Oh, an
Remember when I
occasional.
told y'all when I
Do
first
what you
met
have
y'all
to
over here on
do.
the Jovi B channel? I told y'all I was a serial dater. Some folks didn't like that. I was
I
like,
don't
no,
care.
get out here and date and
Date.
enjoy yourself until the right man proves to you that you ain't gotta go and do no more dating.
There we go. There we go. And
When
when
he
it gets
proves
to
to
that
you that you
point,
don't need to look at nobody else because he's providing at least majority of what you desire in a man,
mm-hmm,
then you
then
don't fold, honey.
yep. But until then, because we're trained to just fold at anything.
Hmm.
At just, oh, he took me on a date. He liked me. We're in a relationship. He has not shown you anything that says that he can provide those things that you need
Right.
emotionally, physically, whatever. Just, oh, he liked me, so okay, we now I'm locked down, and now you locked down to a nigga who knows that he can manipulate you.
Okay. The number one thing I used to always tell men is that you're gonna say you love me before I ever say I love you. They be looking at me like, girl, you gonna no. Listen, you gonna love me before I ever love you. Until I realize that you love me, you ain't gonna get the type of woman you really could get. When I know that you're in love with me, then I decide on if I'm investing that further me that I can give. Because I'm gonna treat you good. I'll
Mm-hmm.
treat you good because it's in my nature to just treat you good. But when I feel like a man is in love with me, and I ain't talking about he just saying it,
Yep.
he doing stuff that is catered towards what he knows that I like. Not
Yep.
his last chick.
Mm-hmm.
Not them
Me.
other chicks. I'm a different breed, baby. I need this out of you. And I don't have to keep telling you this is what I need out of you.
Mm-hmm. You just provide it. You just
You're
do
just
it. You just
providing,
give
and
it.
you're
You know
happy
how
to do it without trying to throw it in my
without me.
face.
There you
That you
go.
done. Okay, so you took out the trash. Thank you. I appreciate it. I don't owe you my whole life for you taking out the
Girl.
trash.
Girl. Just
Because
wow. It's
guaranteed, when I
crazy.
walk out my door, trash is being taken out anyway. But I appreciate it. I want a man that takes out the trash. I want a man that shovels snow and all of that stuff. I do want all of that. Don't
Yeah.
get it twisted. I don't devalue the moment. Though, are you also doing certain things that I tell you I desire to have in a man? Remember I
Mm-hmm.
told y'all I left my ex because I realized he was not giving me what I needed? And the
Yeah.
moment that light bulb came on,
Yeah.
I
The
was out
moment
the
that light
door.
bulb, and that light bulb be random as hell. Like I said, I be having like I've had many sparks with that motherfucker. But like last summer, that light bulb went boom. Bitch, what are you doing?
What are you doing?
What are you doing? And
I'm tired
why
of
are you
babying your
doing it?
finances. You good in other areas. Yeah, you great with my daughter and I love it. Don't get it twisted. I appreciate it. But
And
I'm
however,
realizing there are certain things with you that is not going to last to make me
it's
more
not
happy.
conducive to
It
me
stresses me
being
out.
older and happy with you. It's conducive to me being panicky and nervous about you all the fucking time. And
Listen, let me tell
I
you
don't want to do
something.
that.
Now, look, don't y'all shoot me in the foot for this, but I'm going to tell you about what happened just recently. This was 2 days ago.
Mm-hmm.
My ex hit me up. We share the Netflix bill, right? It used to be he just pays the Netflix bill. So I don't know if maybe in November he decided that he was going to ask me about going half because I was in a relationship. Totally
Well,
understandable.
Netflix is $15.
I know. I know. So what happened
Okay.
is this. He hit me up and he said, "Hey, I ain't been doing a lot of filming or whatever. So, I'm not going to really be getting too much money because pandemic unemployment done stop. Da 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 da." I'm like, "Okay, all right, I understand. So, what's on your mind?" He was like, "Well, I was wondering if we could go half on the Netflix bill because I'm going through my finances to see what it is I can afford." And I'm thinking, like, what? I'm like, you know what? The only thing that I use is the Netflix, right? So I'm like, I think, okay, well, I can do that. It ain't like I'm disgruntled about it. Okay, so I'll pay the $7, right? $7.50. So listen to this, y'all. He hits me up 2 days ago and he says, "Hey, this is the reason why I asked you to go ahead and pay the year up as an option because you missed two payments. Can you please send the payment for this month?" I said, "Wait a minute now.
$15.
Uh, $7 for each month, 7.50. So that's $15, right? But listen, this is where the problem was at. I said, "Sweetheart, it's absolutely a
The
fact that
minute
I
the
can't be
minute
2 months
you said
behind."
sweetheart, it was a wrap.
Sweetheart, absolutely, I'm not 2 months behind. And he was like, "You are." He was like, "X, Y, and Z, and blah blah blah." He trying to tell me what the bill looks like. Now, first of all, he told me the bill is due on the 20th, right?
Mm-hmm.
So my plan was I'll pay it on the 18th of every month. But then he hit me up in November when we first decided on it. He hit me up and said, "Hey, they took it out today instead of 2 days from now." I said, "Okay, well then I'll send it to you today." So the next month in December, I sent it on the same early date before I felt they might take it out of his account. Then in January, I said, "You know what? I'm not going to pay it from my personal account. I'm going to pay it from my business Cash App account." So when
Mm-hmm.
I sat up there and I tried to send him the $7, what it said is something about recurring payment. I didn't realize it was taking money out of my bank account. It seems somebody been doing a little too much shopping. Nonetheless, I was like, "Oh, okay." I'm thinking it's recurring payments for him every month. So I'm thinking like, well, I'm paying early. I'm paying on the 6th of every month. So let me put it as a recurring payment.
Mm-hmm.
Slow me didn't realize that it was saying recurring add cash payment to my account, not sending it out to him. But
Okay.
every month it'll be putting $7.50 into my account. So I missed February's payment in February only, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, okay, I see what happened. I was like, "I'm sorry. I meant for it to come out repeatedly and early enough. I just decided I'll do it, early." He's like, "Oh, well, you still missing 2 months though." I'm like, "Sweetheart, it's just now March. It's not due until like almost 3 weeks, 2 weeks, 2.5." And he was like, "No, you missing January and February, and now this is March, so it's gonna be three in a minute." I'm like, "Sir, what are you talking about?" So I send him the screenshots and he like, "Oh, so wait, you mean to tell me when you paid in January, that wasn't a late payment for December?" I'm like, "No, I
Maybe.
paid you in December." Yeah, he thought that I was late on December's bill by like
On
what?
$7 and
Three
50 cents.
girl. So then
I'm
I'm
mad
sitting up
y'all
there.
having this conversation about
Yes.
girl.
Yes.
Why don't you get your own Netflix bill? I don't what $7. I'm
Listen.
not doing this with him.
Listen.
Mm-mm.
I decided to go ahead because at first I could have just been like, "Oh, okay, I understand. Well, if you want to turn off your Netflix, I'll just pay for my own or just give me the account, right?" But you got to remember, we have been paying this, or he, excuse me, had been paying this Netflix bill since we were in a relationship and living together. So
Yeah.
instead of splitting it, everything that we added to our accounts and all of that, we'll just keep it the same. He didn't have a problem paying it. But nonetheless, okay, so here we go, right? Here we go. Oh my goodness. I'm like, "So listen, what I'm gonna do right now is I'm gonna go ahead and pay you this $7.50 for March right now." So he was like, "Oh, okay, okay." I was like, "And let me tell you the reason why I opted out of paying for the whole year since you had to ask me in such a manner. The reason why I did not want to pay a full year up front when we talked about it is because you ain't good with money. So if you can't afford the extra $7.50 per month, you think I'm gonna give you the money up front for you to use the money to do something else, then the Netflix bill to be turned off in 2 months?
Yep.
Were you going to be paying up front? So I pay my half up front. Are you paying up front?
Nope.
And he like, well, I mean, I just didn't want to bother you every month for $7.50. You shouldn't be bothering me at all.
At all. That's the real, like, what are you talking about? The fact that we
Right.
even have this fucking conversation is wild.
Okay. So I was like, I'm going to send it to you. And
Hmm.
then what we're going to do is next month, I am going to go ahead and just create me an account and call it a day.
Yeah, I understand. When you have Netflix for so long, they have all your settings. They know what you like, all that.
Yeah.
Girl, I know,
Look, me
but
and my daughter. So I'm like, now I gotta go ahead and do a Netflix account, and then we gotta add all our little favorite stuff and everything. But I just was like, why am I in this situation? I was
yeah.
like, this is exactly why I left him. He bad with money. No matter
Mhm.
how much I make, the advantage for him to be able to continuously earn money, he would
Fucked it up.
still waste money.
He
So
fucked
I
it
had
up.
to leave him.
Yeah, you don't
I had
want
to
to be
leave him.
with
I
a
can't be
man
with no
who's not
man
good
like
with
that.
that. Nope, a man like that
I
will
was like, I
drag
can't
you
even believe
down
he's sitting up here having this conversation with me.
over $7.50. I'm mad. I'm annoyed.
I- I'm like, I'm gonna give you time to figure out how you're gonna get your Netflix done. You got a whole month now. You got a whole month to figure out if you can afford Netflix.
Hmm. Mahogany said sometimes we got used to saying and believing that we're okay, knowing that we're not. I had to break that habit and put me first. Yeah,
Always put yourself first, okay?
always.
Always do that. Like, man, look, I'm so embarrassed to even tell y'all about this after it left my mouth. Like,
Girl,
how did
it
I ever get
happens.
in that situation?
It
Have I had to talk to a man about something like this?
like that, that's what I'm like. It's like it's just, and how much time did you spend with him? It's just like
Right.
shit. Like I don't want to. Like at this point, it's like I'm just gonna date until it's good. And again, I'm not saying
Okay.
it's not good. I'm good. I'm enjoying it. But am I enjoying it? And is it good because the relationship is open? Because the relationship started open.
Yes. Yeah, I feel that.
Motherfucker really, really appreciates you when he know you can be gone.
Okay.
And you ain't just gonna be like, oh, we're dated. We've been doing this a month. We're in love. I'm here. I'm this. All this shit. No. You already locked yourself down before anything else, before anything. You're locked down to a nigga who ain't locked yourself down to you.
Mm-mm. And I believe I told y'all before when I first met y'all, like, Lord, y'all just don't understand. I don't know where my mind was when I was dating this particular man, but I ain't never dealt with a man like this in my lifetime. Like, I just
Mhm.
couldn't believe it. So just to go through that moment 2 days ago was just like, is this for real?
Wow.
That's because I gave that man a chance in the first place.
Yep.
I shouldn't have even
Yep.
done that.
I
That's
kept
where I
telling
went
y'all.
wrong.
I gave her that nigga chances, and then I said I blame Ledford. Like
Thank
shit.
you. Let's blame her. Okay.
Knowing, I'm like, cause I was sitting up here knowing, like I know, you just know, but you still for what? What are we doing?
For what? I'm like, oh, I can't believe it. And then, wait, okay, so listen, y'all. The very next day, I got a text message saying, "Don't worry about having to pay Netflix no more. I got it." I ain't even acknowledged the text.
I
I
ain't
was
even
up.
acknowledging that. Yeah, that you right. I'm not even
I'm not even
acknowledging that,
acknowledging the
and I'm
text.
still getting my Netflix. I'm done with it because nope, nope.
Yeah, I'm good.
I'm good
I'm
on it.
good. I
I'm
just
not
couldn't
doing
believe
it.
it. Blew my mind. I'm like, what? Okay, all right. I'm gonna send him these screenshots. We're gonna have this conversation. But I promise he gonna feel it when he gets this answer as to why. Because first of all, you hit me like I was just really behind. This is the reason why I wanted you to pay up front for a year. That way we what? So now that we got it clear about what
Mm,
happened, okay,
yeah.
let me tell you the reason why I didn't. because this is about to be a whole done situation right here. I promise you, we ain't never
I
gonna go through this again.
again, child. I promise you. That's why I said, girl, we did. That's what we had these conversation with these fools over the weekend, child. Because girl, I promise you, no. I promise
Okay,
you, no. That's what I'm like. I promise you. Go ahead. Yes, you go. Okay, I can find a group. Go. Yeah. Okay. Go get the same girls you was dubbing me for when I was in that relationship with you. Me, like the rest
okay.
of y'all, were in a committed relationship to a nigga
Whew.
who was fucking everybody.
Mm.
Who was
Uh,
losing? And then of course he gonna think he could come back because I was the dumbass that was playing a dumbass.
yeah,
I can't
yeah.
be mad at him for
Well,
thinking he could come back, and my dumbass would have took him back. My dumbass took him back for fucking 8 years.
okay, and you see, that's why I was like, you know what? That's my fault.
That's
I
my
gave him a
fault.
chance. That's how I got in that situation because I gave that man
A
a chance
chance.
that he should not have had.
There you go. And you know what? The realization that was IL is why we ain't gonna take that L again. That's
That's
why
right.
the women
I
who
only
won't
had to feel
acknowledge
that
that shit
one time. I felt it one time in my life. Like,
instead of
what
saying,
the?
"Oh, it's them," "Oh,
What
he
is,
tricked me," "Oh, this," "Oh, that shit. I said it. I saw the bullshit from jump,
look,
and
I knew
I
he was
ignored
bad with
it.
money from jump. I ignored it too. I told y'all, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna just make sure I got him his dream job. He's sitting in front of these celebrities. He doing different stuff. Okay, so you
There you
know,
go. You doing all of this. I don't.
I'm
I
doing
don't get
all
into
of
what.
this.
I
I'm
don't get
teaching
into
them
what.
how to get this money, and
Mm,
you dropping the bag the whole time. And then people like, he was such a good man. Y'all gonna be back together? No, no,
no,
no, no.
no.
I'll pass. And my family was just thinking like, she
That's what
dealt with
everybody
him,
else.
so it
That's
must
what
have been
everybody was
love.
saying.
Yeah,
Y'all look, but y'all so great on paper, and then he could take you here, yeah, he could do this, and y'all would look so, y'all could be on Love and Hip Hop, bitch. Me killing him, me with groupies in my motherfucking DMs telling me how they sucking my nigga dick. How does this work?
oh my.
How does
And
that
shout
work?
out to Jazz. Yes, yes, sis. I am getting away from his. Okay, I spent yesterday a bit of time writing down the stuff that was on my favorites list, so that way I don't miss out on when the seasons come back out. I wrote down my daughters. I was like, I'm gonna let that man figure out himself for the next
He can
months,
have it. Yeah,
and
exactly.
he can have it. It's not that big of a deal.
It's
To be
not.
honest,
It's
but I
really,
was
really
like,
not.
I was like, that's really the only connection we got to talk about nowadays.
We
I'm
ain't
like,
got nothing to talk about now, baby.
I okay. I'm gonna loose you, baby. You got to figure out how you gonna get that Netflix paid. Cause I
hmm
was trying to be nice. I was already perturbed that he had talked to me about it anyway. Like you know what? But we ain't together. I'm with a whole nother man.
Yep.
So okay, I'll pay our half. You know what I'm saying? No big deal. But you know how I am, Jovi. I don't do 50-50 with
I don't do
nothing.
50-50 with nothing. Then he
But
would
I was
have
like,
asked me
you ain't my
that.
man.
I would have, listen, I'm on my mama Netflix, I think, right now. I was on a dude Netflix. Done. Dub it. Nope.
Mm,
I get my own Netflix. I'll be on my mama Netflix. Like, I don't need this crap. You think I'm going to split a Netflix bill with you?
okay.
I can't with you. You want me to split a Netflix bill? Then what? I got to split the McDonald's bill too? Child, listen.
Okay. I just was like, whew, Jesus. I was like, I don't know what I was thinking. And it was so funny because I was like, I don't even know who to call to talk to this about because I feel like it's nothing to talk about. This was just the most craziest thing
It's
I could have
crazy.
ever thought would happen in my life, especially when it came to a man. I was like, Lord, Lord. And to what is this name? The dot. Are you coming for me, sweetie?
Who?
Are you the dot?
Who the fuck is it? Dot dot dot. Hold
The
on.
dot said that's your girl. She should be embarrassed.
Oh,
Are you coming for me? What
you coming for Jada?
are you coming for me? What I do?
I don't know. Put her ass in timeout. She'll be all right.
Yeah, maybe, I don't know, maybe
We say let's be clear over here. We like to be we listen, we will rip celebrities apart, okay? We will rip ourselves apart too. Lessons learned. You can learn a lesson from what Jada and I am talking to y'all about and have been through because ain't none of y'all above it. Not even the dot dot dot. She over here talking
not
shit.
even the dot dot
Not
dot.
even she over
Okay.
here talking shit, and God knows what her nigga is out here doing. That's
If
it.
she got one.
If she
If
even
she
got
can
one
hold on to one. If she is a she, because it
to
could be a
begin
he.
with. There we go.
Okay. But
There we go.
nonetheless, and
Yeah.
that's if you coming from me. It just sounds like you are.
We
I don't
big
know.
and grown, and we having these are the kind of conversations that we like to have, and we like to. It's 1 goddamn morning.
Yeah. Well,
Don't
what
tell
y'all
me shit.
okay. But I mean, listen, what would y'all prefer for me and Jovi to do? Be like other people and lie to y'all about what
I
real
can't
life
lie to y'all,
situations have
baby.
happened? Is
Listen,
that what y'all want us to do? So we
I
can
know
pop up. We could talk about how we don't like men and then pop up with a baby from said
from a
dusty man.
manosphere, nigga.
Okay. Is
Okay.
that what y'all want me to do?
Now
Is
I
that what
done
y'all
threw.
want Jovi to do? Just lie to
Here you
y'all?
go, Jada. I done threw somebody in the bus now too. There you go, and then pop up with a baby
Wait, what?
for a dusty manosphere nigga that making videos in the other room. That's what you want? No, we can't do that. I stand in my
Yeah,
shit. I am not perfect,
that's right.
and I quick to tell people, and people will tell you, and everybody will tell you, it's a lot easier to tell people about themselves than it is to face your own shit. I'm
True indeed.
comfortable with facing my own shit, acknowledging that because again, if you can't acknowledge your shit, your shit, you are doomed to repeat it,
That's a fact.
right? You can't acknowledge, you take no accountability into us bringing this shit into our fucking lives. Guess what? You gonna fucking blame everybody. That's how y'all end up. Oh, all black men are fucked up. No, you were just choosing the wrong motherfuckers.
Choosing the wrong
It was
ones.
you, and you choosing the wrong dudes, right? We chose them, and they look what the fuck happened. We recognize the shit for what it is. So when we turn
Right.
around on another video or on Jada's channel and tell y'all why you shouldn't X, Y, and Z, understand that it is from experience.
Exactly. Experience or looking through somebody else's window, realizing that they whole house is toe up.
Yep.
So, you know what I'm saying? It's just life. I mean, what, you mad because I got took for what? I still didn't get took. Ain't nobody Tinder swindled me. Okay. Like,
Last year I fell in love with then I became pregnant. It was easy for him to move. Under lockdown, I found out I have fibroids. Having a mother as a nurse, I felt embarrassed. I'm sorry.
sorry to hear that, honey.
Mm-mm.
Sorry to
That's what
hear
I'm
that.
saying.
Keeping
Don't
you
do
in the
that.
prayers, honey.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we
Thank
got to
you. She
do
said she
better.
appreciate the transparency. That's what. Listen, this is what we about.
Yes.
I'm not perfect. I'm not gonna sit up here and fucking lie to y'all and tell y'all, oh, everything is great for me, and I know everything, and I'm perfect, and that no,
Yep.
the fuck, I'm not. I'm human. I tell y'all to my best, what I think, my opinions, how things should work, and from my experiences and the lessons that we have learned to say, okay, this may not be the best idea.
Yep.
We've been through it. I've seen it from other people. I've been through it. Hindsight, that may not be the best idea. How's
Yep.
that working out for you? Like I said, date multiple people. How's that working out for us? Just fine.
Okay. Because I'm telling
Fantastic.
you, I told y'all that when I first met the Jove and we was having discussions, I'm like, yo, Jovi, date around. I remember it like it was yesterday. I'm like, look, y'all, I'm a serial dater. Date around.
And I
Don't lock
wasn't. I
yourselves in.
wasn't. I ain't
Date
gonna
around
hold you.
until they lock you in by doing what it takes for
There you
you to
go.
want to be locked down with that man.
And I wasn't. I was trying to be, but we all grew up being taught that we should be. Right?
Yes.
Because that's what you want.
Yes.
That's why I said, like, that's why I said that. Because, like, no, even for me to even go there, like, I put it, I'm like, you know what? No, because I'm in an open fucking relationship.
Mm.
I'm gonna fuck somebody. Like I go on a date, but like, it's like No, because what the fuck have we gotten out of it?
Okay.
Giving all with nothing in return.
Yeah, see, you got to
And
do
what
that.
have we learned from women like a Marjorie Harvey, like a fucking Lori Harvey, like all of these women who be winning, who just do what they do and they dating into a motherfucker prove that he is it.
That's right. That's right. I
And
told
there
somebody,
should
I
be
was
no
like, I
more of
ain't
it.
mad at the Lori Harvey. I
Hell
ain't mad
no.
at Marjorie Harvey. Marjorie Harvey took her daughter and said, look, this is what you going to do. And I like that she did it because there's some mothers out
I
here that
tell
would
my kid that. I
they
tell
would
her
have
when
let
she
them
go to
uh,
college, I want her dating. I'm sending her private school. I want her to have a boyfriend at Harvard, a boyfriend at Yale, a boyfriend at whatever. I don't care. Date around. Locking
date
yourself
around.
in for what? You meeting these people, seeing who, might be the contender that might be there to prove that he's the one that you should be knocking the rest of these niggas out for.
That's right. Stop throwing your poom poom up in the air for people who don't deserve it just so you can feel like you're going to lock them down because you gave them the
Because
kitty.
you gave them the kid. Like, no. Like, stay around. Do something. Like, make him want to be like, okay, yeah, I want to see her. I want to be with her. I want to spend time with her.
Right. Like,
I don't want to spend time with
how
nobody
you dating
else.
somebody and getting pregnant in 2 months? Ladies,
Don't do it.
ladies, you ain't met him to even really know him yet, and he's already got you
He didn't
pregnant
lock
after
you
two
down
months.
and have now he's infiltrated in your life forever and you don't even know this man. Just because he
Okay?
blinked, just because he blinked at you, smiled at you, and showed you a little bit of attention. You deserve more than a nigga who's showing you a little bit of attention. Trust me, I had a nigga who was showing me a little bit of attention for 8 fucking years, on and off.
Oh, oh.
What the
And here's
hell is
another
that?
one, lady. Here's another one, ladies. Look, I know y'all be seeing these guys with potential. You know what I'm
Fuck
saying? Or I shouldn't even call them
potential.
potential. Yeah, I know y'all see these guys with potential, or y'all see these guys who got a little bit of money on them, or they work a certain career, and you're
That's
thinking like,
him.
man, I
Yep.
gotta hurry up and give him the booty, or
Oh
I'm
no.
not gonna be able to lock him down. So I
That's
gotta
what
give
he
him the
thinks.
booty and
Nope.
give him the raw booty at that.
Oh no, not that. We ain't do that.
But you know, some chicks are doing that.
Yep.
And then that's why you ended up pregnant and then be mad because the man ain't trying to lock himself down to you. See, you would have found that out if you had not gave him the booty. There's
Yeah.
men out here that's telling y'all all men want the booty. Y'all need to be giving up the booty. Why you going on dates if you ain't giving up the booty?
You can't
First
go
of
out on
all,
date at nighttime or else you giving up or else you fucking like nigga, cut it
yeah,
out.
look, these are the men that y'all don't even want
These
to
are the
date.
ones, these are the ones that want to put you in that position of constantly losing, talking about you in a situationship, talking about you like bitch, I'm in a whole relationship and I got a whole man and I'm in an open
Look,
relationship. Half of
these are the
y'all in
same
whole
men.
situationships for freaking years with a nigga who live in your house.
Exactly. And these be the same men that tell you they don't want no ran through woman. They don't want no woman who got kids, and yet they making baby mamas out here.
Out
So listen,
everywhere.
everywhere. So listen, I know sometimes that thing can be wet. Y'all could be wanting to do a little something. I ain't telling y'all to hold out so that he can see you a good girl. I ain't telling you all that because if you got to hold it to prove you're a good girl, you might be a bad girl. But the thing is, keep holding that thing until he proves worthy enough to even be inside you.
Yep.
Stop giving up the booty for dinners. Oh my goodness.
For dinners.
This is getting crazy. And listen, if he don't understand that you don't want it, because I've been hearing this and I've learned that it's been happening since my 20s.
Mm,
If you ain't ready to get that man the cookie, I don't care how much he kiss, rub up on you. Look, sis, let him know you out.
you
He
out.
gonna have to make a choice. Either he gonna leave you alone or he gonna have to RAPE you.
Yeah.
Do not sit up there and have to tell yourself, well, I'ma just go ahead and give in because it's better than the reality of possibly getting
Yo,
RAPE.
Jada, did you see the shit that I saw today regarding that? That may be why you talking about it.
No, it's
I've
I've learned
seen
that
it a
there's
couple
men
of
that does it.
times and I saw it was like this girl, and I don't know what to say because I'm like, I'm not touching it. I don't want to make a video about it really. But a part of me is like, it was something like the guy asked for like 30, 40 times, and and she was just like, she just took off her clothes and did it. And he was like, is this considered rape? And she was like, yeah, he still did it. And my whole thing is like, but you don't have to do that. Why are
Why
we
do you
doing
have
that?
to? Because they don't want to be, they don't want to feel like they done been done to. They don't want to feel like the guy that they liking could possibly do that. So instead of forcing them to figure if they gonna make a choice, either they gonna do one or they gonna respect you and let you go. They rather be like, okay, I'm just gonna give in. I'm gonna give y'all a prime example of when this probably started happening. Do you guys remember, or of course, I'm pretty sure y'all do, Sparkle?
Yeah.
So in Sparkle, sister was sitting up there dealing with one guy, right? And he
Mm-hmm.
trying to bring her a car that belonged to somebody else. And he like, I done brought you this car and I got you in here and you acting like this. Come on now. And she just like, and he all up on her. And she like, oh, wait a minute, damn. And she took the gum out of her mouth and put it down and decided to giggle her way through the moment. But she did not want him. But
Yeah.
he kept pressuring in the car. Another instance, her sister. We sitting up here looking at this young girl dealing with clothes on the clothing line. Remember, she was up there on the roof putting the clothes up on the clothing line.
Mm-hmm.
Old pretty boy come on over there, the little quiet singing guy that became their little manager. He come up there and see her. He automatically on his predator tip. He knows she young. He like, well, how old are you? Oh, okay. And da. And yeah, and she like, no. And he like, oh, well, come on. And he all aggressive with it. She like, wait. And he like, and she like, well, look, I mean, like, I gotta go because sisters is expecting me and blah blah blah. And he like, oh, okay, and so then he kissed her anyway. Like, look, okay, they don't want to be bothered. Then you notice that both of them ended up trying to have a relationship with the same guys that did that. It was no different than sister going along to being with the drug dealer guy. Because she probably got done like that so often, she like, well, shoot, this time I'm gonna go for the big fish.
Yeah.
If I'm gonna get a cookies to somebody, it's gonna be the big fish. And that's probably why she took them beatings. You know what I'm saying? It's too many times women are giving in because they don't want to be raped. And until you talk to some of these women, they be like, well, I really didn't want to, but he just kept going. So I just said, forget it. And it's like, so you just giving it to him because you scared of what the reality could
Yeah.
turn into.
Yeah.
When I started
Yeah.
hearing that, I'm like, so this is like a real thing. Like, come on, yeah, like I do understand, and I know it can be a detriment. I know it can be a detriment if it turns that way. But I'm
And
gonna just say, ladies, it's being done whether you know it or not. If you give it to him, you still really
it's
didn't want
still,
to.
yeah, and I would think that's still gonna eat at you.
And you trying to make a relationship out of it because you feel like you had to give it to him. So
It's
now
like
you
it's
trying to
like
make the
the
best out
people
of that situation.
who force like them, Hispanic people who like the Dominicans and shit has whatever. I'm not gonna say just them who force the girls to marry the little girls to marry the dudes who rape them.
Mm,
You
see,
know, some dude raped them. They had a baby at 12 or whatever. Now they got to marry him because so now you got to marry a rapist because
see, ain't that crazy?
it's insane. It's freaking insane, girl.
I was on a live with a guy Tuesday, and a guest came up, and we were talking about different stuff, and he's like, "Well, that's just like Mike Tyson. Like, what was that girl doing, going up in such and such a room, and da 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 da." I'm like, "Well, see, that's still like blaming the victim. Now, do I know if it happened or not? I don't know. I was too young to really even grasp the concept of the details, right? But
Yeah.
nonetheless, why is it wrong for a woman who is interested in a guy to decide she's going to want to go and hang with him no matter what time of night it is. Because
Yeah.
see, if she says no,
Then it's no. And
then
that
it's no.
should be the end of it. And
That should
that
be
is
the
the
end of it.
end of it. And if you want to be on some, oh well, okay, fine, leave my room, digger, I'm out. I already know what it
Right,
is. But
right.
like you think you going to take it because I can't, like, no. No.
Like that's just not something that should be placed out there.
Even a
Like, well,
thought.
y'all know what's up. Y'all know what? No, not every woman know what's up.
Every woman don't expect that dudes is just gonna attempt to rape them. That's
Right.
rape. That's what that is.
That's what it is. I mean, if she went up there, like I told him, what if she did go up there and she may have been interested, but maybe it was something that he did or said and she was not feeling that. Is she still not allowed to say no? Like, I
Hmm.
don't get where y'all feel like y'all want to continue to pressure. Like, I'm going to tell y'all something that it used to annoy the heck out of me when I was younger. Guys who wanted to sit up there and take my hand and put it on their peen after I done told them I'm not doing nothing.
Mm.
But baby, look how hard you making me. Don't do that, because I don't care how hard I'm making you. And it was like, you know what? That's some little boy stuff. But then I realized when I got in college, guys were still doing that type of stuff. I was in my 30s. Guys are still doing. I'm 40, and
They're
I'm
still
pretty sure
doing that
guys are
dumb
still
shit.
doing it.
Child, motherfucker sent me a video of a girl sucking his dick.
Oh,
They're
prime
doing
example.
it.
Like, isn't that crazy?
Insane.
Mm-mm.
Girl.
Like that's just wild to me. So, ladies, stop giving out your cookies and stop submitting your cookies for
For
these situations.
nothing. For nothing.
Because y'all got guys out here talking about some, well, chicks be wanting it, but they playing hard to get. So sometimes you got to convince them. No,
No. You
no,
don't
there's
have to convince me of shit. If
you don't have
I
to
want
convince
it,
me.
oh, I'm gonna get it. If
I'm
I
gonna give it to
want
you.
it,
You
I'm
ain't got
on
to
it.
convince me.
I'm on it. You gonna know it. I'm on it. It's for real.
Okay.
You ain't got
What
to
y'all
convince
thinking is
me.
convincing? Probably 50, 60% of the time, y'all pressuring. You're making the chick nervous. Then you're wondering why a chick don't really want to talk to you half the time.
Yep.
You wondering why she ain't answering her phone.
Yep. You wondering why she
Oh,
ain't
she
answering
just
her
wanted a
phone.
meal out of me. No, she didn't want a meal, but you turned it into something she didn't desire. So
Yeah.
now she don't want to with you no more.
Yeah, because you're scary.
Right.
Because you're scary. Because you're big and you're scary and you took it when she didn't want to give it. And you want to
Like
act
this
like,
this is
and
how
then
I go.
pretend like they don't know that they did that,
Right.
which is
Now I'm
the
gonna have to
extra
check out
wild
whatever
part.
video you was talking about because I did not see that. It's
It
just
wasn't a video. It was I saw somebody posted it. I'm gonna send it to you. I'm gonna screenshot it and send it to you. It was wow. It was just like,
mm,
she's saying this and she's like, and she just let him, and I'm just like, I I understand. I ain't never had it nothing take. I ain't never had it taken from me, so I can't understand that aspect. But I'm just bewildered by it. And it's like he keep harassing her, and I'm like, at 30, he keep talking 30 times. I done put his ass out of my house. Like, I don't like,
mm,
what is he doing? Why does he keep going after the first time she dub you? What is the fuck?
right.
Like, what? Like, this is the all, like, where's that part missing?
Exactly.
Like, you
And
ain't
before
gotta
anybody
convince
say
no
anything, this is
girl.
not a black thing. I know
This
we
is a
sisters up here,
thing.
but this is a thing, period.
This
This is a
happens in
thing,
all communities.
period. Like it's so wild. And I be like, man, I feel for some of y'all women because
Putting
some of
putting
y'all don't
putting
know what
shit
to
in their
do.
drinks. Look at that girl that
Oh
they
my
doing
goodness.
now. That they saying, oh, she might have been drunk. Putting stuff in people's drinks. Like, look at the celebrities that they saying doing that. Like, what in your
Right,
mind? Where did it click that you as a man was like, yeah, let me put this roofie. Let me even have roofies.
right.
Let me even ask somebody to get me roofies. Let me, like, the whole of it.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
what the fuck?
Mm-hmm.
let me try to do something and get this girl so drunk she don't know what she's doing, or you
Exactly.
know what I'm saying, or try to put something in her drink, and so like what.
Yep. And I tell you what, me and another guy like years ago had a discussion because I was like, listen, I was like, there's people that I don't really I don't really put them in a category of saying for sure that because she was drunk, it was considered rape. Or dang, I was trying not to say the word.
Mm-hmm.
Are aped, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just like, there's certain situations where I can be like, well, okay, because see, if she's sloppy drunk and he's sloppy drunk, and it's not a plan to have her sloppy drunk while you not and you taking advantage, that's a big difference. Because sometimes both y'all drunk and y'all in the moment, y'all having a good time, right? So maybe you regret that in the morning because maybe you know what you was doing. Who knows? But if y'all were both sloppy, twisted, drunk, and ended up leaving the club, I can't really decipher who did what, right? Because maybe you are a P.E. him. Maybe he can feel that way. You know what I'm saying? But when you clearly making sure
Mm-hmm.
that you putting stuff in her drink, that you over drinking her, and ladies, y'all stop doing that. Y'all shouldn't be out there getting sloppy anyway.
Yeah, you shouldn't be getting, but a lot of putting stuff in these girls' drink that you got to go hot. Like, come on now.
Yeah. I don't know if y'all remember that video that went viral years ago where the girl was in the club and you can see from her cell phone that the guy put some in a drink while she was dancing,
Mm-hmm.
and then he started doing stuff to her from behind and even took her out to the hallway, and it
Oh
was
yeah,
all
yeah,
still
yeah,
on her
yeah, yeah,
phone.
yeah,
You
yeah,
remember
yeah,
that?
yeah. I remember that. I remember that.
Nobody knew what was going on, but he was penetrating her on the dance floor, and she like, oh wait, what are you doing? But she was going off of whatever he had put in her drink and then left her in the hallway.
Mm-hmm. I remember
I
that.
was like, wow.
I remember that.
Wow.
I
I was
remember
like,
that.
this is crazy. But you know what other people were saying? See, this is why people are just weird. People are just weird. People were saying, nah, she wanted it because it looked like she was smiling at some point. What is it? She not like she was smiling at all. Where did y'all see a smile?
They don't want to take
How did
accountability
how
for their
did she know that's
behavior.
what he was doing? She didn't know he was sitting up there pulling her dress up and stuff.
She
She
was
probably was
drugged.
dancing. She was drugged and she was dancing. He came up behind her, so she started dancing and he started doing extra. That's when he started trying to pull her stuff down and all of that. So that's when her whole facial expressions changed and she started saying, what are you doing? Stop, stop. And it just broke all in me to be strong. And I just teared up seeing that.
Yeah.
And then left her in the hallway on a bench.
Yeah.
Like what?
Yeah. I remember that. I remember
I was
that.
like, everybody partying so hard. And again, the accountability goes to the guy. I'm not putting any accountability to nobody else. But also, ladies, listen. Since the beginning of time, men have been predatory towards women.
We have to protect
We
ourselves.
have to protect ourselves and we have to protect each other. Cause I'm like, the friends hanging out doing their thing, we gotta pay attention to each other. When we looking a little different, we need to
Yeah.
focus on it. Somebody put something in my drink. I was so happy that my friends realized something was different. I just stopped on the dance floor, like looking around, like I don't hear no music. And then I felt real sleepy and I woke up at my house. Thank God. Called
Mm-hmm.
people like, yo, what happened? And they like, you seem like you was about to fall out. And your girl said she thinks somebody might have drugged you. We brought you home. I was like, thank God.
God.
Because
Yeah.
people ain't got friends like that. They would have sat me on the bench and said I was drunk. Thank God I got friends that know I don't drink.
Don't sit me
I
on
had
no
a
bench
pop.
thinking I'm drunk either. If it's like that, we home. We home.
Like it was crazy. That don't
Mm-mm.
make no sense. We have got to start paying attention to each other. Stop saying they ain't none of my business.
It is. It is because it could be your daughter, child.
You feel me? Like, come on, we gotta start doing that. You gotta stop letting your girl go home with somebody from the club. Talk some sense into your girl, especially when you know she drunk.
Yeah, you can wake him tomorrow, boo.
Right.
When you're sober.
When you're sober, if you still want to hit that man, then go ahead and hit that man. But in the meantime, in between time,
Between time.
that's why I'm like, women, to be real honest, we gotta stop being twisted, sloppy drunk. We
Mm-hmm.
gotta stop. You can go out and have a good time, but do you gotta fling them all back? Do you gotta compete with the men? Stop doing it. And
Yeah.
also, don't date men who get sloppy drunk every time y'all go out
I
because
don't like
he's
men
leaving you
who
to be predator.
Yep, I don't like men who drink like like drink. I don't like men who like you can smoke a little weed. I prefer a man who smoke weed than if than in comparison to like drinking. Because again, a drunk man, I don't know. I don't like drunk men. I don't
Like
like
he
drunk.
can't even
I don't like.
protect you.
Yeah, he can't protect himself, let alone protect me.
He can't
Anything can
protect you.
happen. Like you
And
drunk, you sloppy, you falling out, you passing out, like you are like no,
right
that's not
before
it.
COVID, do anybody remember the woman who was walking her man out the club? He's sloppy drunk. They wasn't even celebrating nothing. He's sloppy drunk. This is what he used to doing. She carrying him out. Somebody knocked him over the head so he could hit the floor, snatched her up and pulled her into a car.
Wow. See? He can't do shit.
Can't do nothing.
Vulnerable, weak. Again, a man who a lot. No, I ain't with it.
And it's like, dang,
I don't
like
like.
that's messed up. But then you find out he always getting drunk. Sister, why you with him?
Then why you with him?
Stop being with these men that are unaware that they should not be unaware.
Yeah, there you go. I
You
told
know what
y'all
I'm
about
saying?
the guy at the dude that I'm dating's well, whatever job who was like sloppy drunk at work on his birthday, like to the point where you got fired. Like I don't understand how the hell do these people do these things?
Mm-mm.
Like you just desperate, you just a
Mm-mm.
man and you just drinking out here. You just get like I just it's just something about a drunk ass. I don't like
Ain't
drunks
that the truth?
anyway, but it's something about men who drink. Like, oh, you don't just take a
Mm-hmm.
drink or maybe two drinks. You drink, and you just drinking all the time and you drunk all the time. I can't.
Right. Yep.
I can't.
I can't do none of that.
It's
I
no.
cannot do none of that. I'm not dating a man who is just unaware. And matter of fact, I told somebody they didn't understand. I didn't want to date this guy when I met him at this party. It was like a little house party. And I felt a sort of ways because okay. I felt a sort of ways because there was his relative, right? His relative
What truth, boo? What happened? What you
arguing with
talking
some
about?
guy. You say what? What happened?
I don't know. I don't
Oh,
know.
I,
I don't know. I'm
I don't
trying to
know.
figure it out. Okay. Go ahead. I'm
So then
listening,
she
boo.
it's his relative arguing and arguing with some man at the party. I don't know if he was also related or what, but they were arguing,
Mm-hmm.
and he's standing the closest to them. He didn't do nothing. He didn't try to stop them from arguing. He didn't step in front or in between them or nothing. And they like, he really like you. Who really like me? That guy that just let that little tiny girl argue with that very tall, stocky little guy over there. You talking about that one?
Hmm.
Nah. That ain't my type. Cause the man that I date ain't about to have me. He's gonna be the protector type. I don't have to argue with no man.
Yeah.
My family members won't even
I'm
allow
not
me
arguing.
to
Yeah.
argue with a man if they in the presence. So whether
I don't know
it
what's
was his
happening right
woman or his
now.
family member, but it was his family member. So it's just like, uh-uh.
Hold on. Lorna, what's happening? Can somebody tell
Hold
me what's occurring? I don't
on, wait,
understand
let me
what's
look at the
occurring.
chat, child. I don't
Go
know.
ahead. No. Okay. I don't understand what's happening right now.
Okay.
I don't know what's happening right now.
So yeah,
Um,
it's just wild, and I'm just like, ugh. I need us to protect ourselves. Of course, let the men protect us, but let's try to make sure that the men don't have to protect us from a whole lot.
Mm.
Okay, because there's choices that we can make, and of course, nothing should be happening to us. But once again, men have been predatory towards women since the beginning of time.
Yeah.
So we gotta try and move and shake the best we can. Are you frozen, Jovi? Uh-oh.
Okay, y'all, my laptop, I don't know what the hell. It just says a StreamYard on my oh StreamYard, hold on the laptop literally just went down. Hold on, wait a minute. I can't even. Like I really don't know what the heck just happened. Hold on. Wait. Hello?
Yeah, I'm here.
Hello?
Yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Can y'all hear me? I can't even hear you.
I can hear
All
you.
right, I'm gonna end the stream. I can't I can't even hear you, Jada. All right, we done.